itsmintsalad, and I saw Battle Royale. It is directed by Kinji Fukasaku. This was requested by a Patreon. You feel like the fast track a movie review request, do that at patreon.com/ASEPresents. If you haven't seen this, I will spoil it for you. I hear there's a manga, but this is the movie, okay? So I have not actually read the manga, but I heard the manga goes really hard. If you've read the manga, do let me know what you think of the manga versus the movie. If you've seen both, if you've read/seen both. Now it's time for spoilers. The movie starts, we're following this freshman class. There's some teenage things happening, you know, talking about crushes and stuff. You know, nice, happy teenage life. You know, they're making issues out of stuff that isn't necessarily life or death. So when their class is chosen to be sent to this island where they murder, death, kill everyone, except for one person. And honestly, this reminds me of Hunger Games. That's my point of reference for something similar to this, but obviously this movie was before Hunger Games. So honestly, if this video gets to 1K views, I'm gonna cover the sequels, the Hunger Games. The class gets chosen, and the teacher, he kind of looks like a meek teacher, and I'm like, oh boy, you're teaching a bunch of teenagers. I feel kind of bad for you. And then their class gets chosen, and he looks to be like chill, I guess. I mean, he's obviously in like protest. He's protesting it all, and there's soldiers and everywhere, dude. You can't like defeat soldiers. We get this class of 40-something students, and it's unfortunate that some of them die pretty much right away, not even hitting the island whatsoever. We just have people who are like, what? Come on, I'm gonna fight, and then they fight, and then they die. And so this is totally for real. They have to go through this battle royale, and it's like, oh man, I really like the cute little graphic on the TV of the woman. She's like, oh, you're going to this island, and you only have 3 days. If no one's dead by the end of the day, you're all going to explode. And it's tragic, and we do get demonstrated that, you know, everyone has these necklaces. If you do anything that requires you to have the neck go beep, because there's one guy that's used as an example, then, you know, there's this guy named Shuya who also has a chick with him, and I'm rooting for them the entire time. I'm like, man, these are like the best people. Okay, how are you gonna murder, death, kill somebody with a set of binoculars and a pot pan lid? That's pretty unlucky. I am kind of terrified about the other students though. The other students initially were like, we're not gonna murder, death, kill each other. But then the reality sets in. Some people start to do the undeading themselves, towards themselves, while other students like murder, death, kill each other. There's this one chick, Mitsuko. She is psychotic. She does not appear to be very harmful. She's kind of mysterious. I kind of question her. She gets a scythe. And it's like, oh, you're gonna do with the scythe, ha ha ha. Oh, you're gonna cut the female's neck that you were with, okay? And then you're gonna go around like stealing everyone's weapons. Everyone's like, oh, you're gonna murder, I'm gonna kill you, blah blah blah. They never do. She ends up winning in every situation, okay? But when it comes to the very beginning, where we have all the students are like together, there's these two chicks, they're like, oh, we're going to be best friends forever. And then you know what happens? They end up like dying together, but they die together in a betrayal way, which is so ironic. Oh man. Also, Mitsuko is just trying to eliminate everyone, okay? It's kind of sad. There's a house full of like teenage girls. Mitsuko is with the teenage girls. There's a guy that is bandaged, injured up, it's kind of sad, honestly. But Mitsuko's like, I'm gonna put poison in the soup. And then another chick grabs the poison in the soup and just starts eating it. And it's like, first of all, it's that chick's mistake for just grabbing the bowl of soup that was next to Mitsuko. Oh, yeah, I was just prepared a magic bowl of soup. And then she starts barfing up violently. And then all the girls are like, who are like friends with each other, start like turning on each other. Meanwhile, I really love the dramatic irony. We have Mitsuko just like there behind all the commotion, all the chicks that are happening. And it's like, oh my, you guys are starting to turn on each other. Who did it? Someone would have a reason. Oh, that chick, she doesn't know them. But it's like, oh my goodness, they start like murder, death, killing each other. Guns blazing. And then Mitsuko is just there. Also, it's hilarious. One of the chicks, before she dies, she's like, oh, you're not the murderer, right? Yeah, I totally trust you. You look so meek. And it's like, that's what she's using to her advantage, her looks, okay? But you know, the guy gets out of there, man. Also, there's a lot of tragic deaths. There's a lot of betrayals. I particularly liked that one. I had to pause and be like, what? The dramatic irony here is so good. Like, I'm absolutely loving it. I want to see who makes it to the end. Also, there's a guy who's here that was here before. He did this game once more, but the announcer dude, the head runner dude, who does the announcings, oh, this is where you're supposed to go. You're supposed to go to this block of land on the island. Oh, here are the people who died. Yeah, that dude. Yeah, he's helping. He also lies a lot. He first is taking care of Shura and the girl that's with him because his father's a doctor. He's being kept here on the promise that he can go home, but the showrunner's like, oh, you know, I still want you here, okay? I still want you here. It's like, dude, you're doing him dirty, okay? Oh, look at that. Shuri and the chicks here. Oh my goodness. I kind of was thinking that since they didn't show their deaths, that, oh, they would come back and betray this dude. And I like how, in the end, Shura, man, am I pronouncing his name wrong, Dave? Could you correct me right here? Shuya is the name. I don't know where I got Shuri from. Shuya is his name. Shuya ends up there's a towards the announcer dude. And he's dead! And now they're on a boat. They're on a boat. And I say the doctor thing before because now he says that his father is a fisherman and then he dies on the boat and it says them too. Sure, yeah. And the chick, oh my goodness, I probably said the name wrong again. Shuya is his name. Anyway, that was so cool. Man, it was so much bloodier than I was expecting it to be. It was very gory. I think the gore really helps tell a story. It's not excessive gore. I think the gore is very helpful for like shock value, like what this actual event is like if it were to occur. And I'm glad that the blood was shown. Honestly, the other students, other than like Shuya and the chick and Mitsuko, who by the way gets a little like cutscene to show her past. There's this guy who's like, oh, I have this doll. Her name's your name. I'm gonna take all the clothes off. Now let's do it to you. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But she stands back. She stands up against this guy. Pushes him downstairs. I'm like, oh boy. I can see why she's like this now. But she dies. She dies in a pretty tragic way. I think it's pretty ironic. Or no, not ironic, karmatic. I think her death is karmatic. She's killed a lot of people, so she gets a lot of bullets in her chest. Well, anyway, I really like her character progression. The other students, I didn't really get much character progression out of them, except for like the ones that were pretty heavily focused on. Just the three of them, I guess. Just the three of them. This is not Shuya, the chick, and Mitsuko. Yeah, so I really enjoyed watching this. I was a lot of the time like, oh my goodness, what? This is insane. This is so cool. I really like this. So I gotta give this movie like a solid 8.2 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer, so if I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. If you'd like to request a movie in the comments below, you can do that. Fast track a movie review request at patreon.com/ASEPresents for $20 a month for one movie review. 1 month, $3 a month. If you'd like to learn how to draw Pokemon tutorials early, you can get them there, all at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, you can go to this link tree. So you can go there. And until next time, I'm Mint Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my sour croutons, bacon bits. How was the sausage? Look at that sausage. Sausages. And they're an onion delicioso. That's the end bit. It's just the sausages thing.